be very smart on how we. When I first did the interview with Sekhmet-Is, an ATF agent called me the next day.
Wow.
I'm going.
Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
When I first did my interview with Sekhmet-Is, an ATF agent called me the next day trying to book a session for his daughter. When I first did the interview with Sekhmet-Is, an ATF agent called me the next day.
Wow.
I'm going.
Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
When I first did my interview with Sekhmet-Is, an ATF agent called me the next day trying to book a session for his daughter. I was smart on how we. When I first did the interview with Sekhmet-Is, an ATF agent called me the next day.
Wow.
I'm going.
Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
When I first did my interview with Sekhmet-Is, an ATF agent called me the next day trying to book a session for his daughter. I was scared shitless. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pro-black. I got my babies with me, other people's babies, clients. Like, this is a situation here. So in the I'm like, yo, bro, why are you calling me? He's like, yo, I just saw you online. I want to come over there and see what you got going on. Please don't call me again. Yeah. You just have to be very smart on how we. When I first did the interview with Sekhmet-Is, an ATF agent called me the next day.
Wow.
I'm going.
Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
When I first did my interview with Sekhmet-Is, an ATF agent called me the next day trying to. When I first did the interview with Sekhmet-Is, an ATF agent called me the next day.
Wow.
I'm going.
Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
When I first did my interview with Sekhmet-Is, an ATF agent called me the next day trying to book a session for his daughter. I was scared shitless. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pro-black. I got my babies with me, other people's babies, clients. Like, this is a situation here. So in the I'm like, yo, bro, why are you calling me? He's like, yo, I just saw you online. I want to come over there and see what you got going on. Please don't call me again. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? So this is the reality we have. Like, we have people in the mix of us who are not good. You know, Sekhmet-Is built a platform that's huge. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like everybody else. Same thing. Sekhmet-Is.
Good evening, YouTube. Derek Jones Talks Live, your host here. Just playing some fair use open audio this evening. Hope you guys enjoy.
That's the first thing. Differentiation of product. He created an educated product, and then he said, found a way to differentiate it between market on different target populations. And he said the target population that he found the niche to go after was the African American niche. He's not the only one doing that. Black Panther is doing that. What's the other movie that came out last year that all the black people were going bananas? The black dollar is very valuable right now.
Right.
Even in servicing. I said this about when I saw Umar and Tariq. I said, yo, bro, y'all have enough collective power to run servicing in the black community, where the city should be begging Umar Johnson for help. They should be begging you and Doggy Diamonds and Sekhmet-Is for help, because you have access to the people that they're getting paid to help.
Yeah.
I have a brother in Seattle right now who created a game program, got a $500,000 settlement, and he had no black people he can go to for help with it. I mean, got a $500 grant, and he had to go to white people for this program. Got it. I wish some of our black rich people get it, because he gets you like, look, black people have an issue with white people. They want products that satisfy that issue, and at the same time provide them with a form of hope.
Right.
And he gets it, and he created a product, copyrightable product that he did.
What's going on this evening, YouTube? Coming back at you tonight. We were at this earlier today, so I decided to come back at you tonight, given the information that was surfacing around. Now we have certain audio we're going to play, and certain audio we're just going to talk about just a little bit. So it's very interesting that the brother called Sekhmet-Is, went on Sekhmet-Is' show, and then he was approached by the ATF. And I want to go into that, and that's part of the title of tonight's show, which is Sarnetta, the Apollo does not take payments. Now, a while ago, right before his rites of passage ceremony, Michael Edwards informed all of us via YouTube video that Sarnetta was making money off of the Committed on Trial debate. Not only was he talking about Sarnetta making money, he was talking about the amount of money that Sal was supposedly making. So that plays a role in our discussion tonight that we're going to have in regards to the Apollo and payments, etc. Also on the agenda is, Sarnetta, why did you put out that audio about Sekhmet or supposedly having oral sex? Why would you do something that absolutely disgusting? Now, allegedly, let me clear that up here right now and say that Sarnetta has taken the video down, allegedly. He allegedly had the video up for it to be taken down. So we're just going to go into the whys tonight. Why? What up, Darren? Why would an individual do such a thing? We're going to go into it. And just for discussion purposes, guys, because most of this is just going to be us talking. I'm not going to play a whole bunch of audio. Shit, what you heard is pretty much all you're going to get. I'll probably play it again later for those who are just coming in. But other than that, that's pretty much it. We're going to just talk about this tonight. Lastly, we're going to talk about, is Sarnetta being watched? Now, conveniently, when he supposedly showed a check that no one could see, but supposedly the check was for $9,000, the first installment or payment on the Apollo. That's mighty funny because the little research team that we have here at our disposal, peace, the little research team we have at our disposal clearly uncovered that the Apollo does not take payments. Now, Sarnetta, who were you trying to fool? Who were you writing that for? What was your purpose of doing that? Did you not expect anyone to check? Did you expect for us to take your word for it, as Michael Edwards calls you, Frankie, buddy? Who did you really think was just going to be like, you know what, Sarnetta said, hey, he's checkmating us with his chess move. Here he is showing us a check and a deposit that he's making to the Apollo. Wow, we must have been wrong. Speaking of the check that you were making, Sarnetta, why was the check only $9,000? Is it like Michael Edwards said, to avoid the FBI radar? Because Sarnetta, Michael Edwards said, you made over $1.5 million off the live stream on Committed on Trial, and you didn't tell the IRS that. You don't have an accountant. Again, this is not what Derek Jones Talks Live's opinion is about the matter. I am only going off fair use and open audio from Michael Edwards, Mr. Controversial, who stated that Sarnetta made over $1.5 million and does not have an accountant, which means Sarnetta is not paying taxes on any of that money. Now, that's Michael Edwards' accusation. Yeah, we know, Posh. Isn't it convenient? Isn't it convenient that Sarnetta is making these checks out for a certain amount so that it can stay off someone's radar? As though they're stupid and not already watching. Which leads into the last part of the show, which is Sarnetta being watched. Are we unawares of a polite situation coming up with Sarnetta? Will we see such a thing coming out of a Western Union somewhere near you? Are we going to see the godfather of consciousness? Who's he going to blame when this happens? Is he going to blame me for banging on him, so to speak? Is he going to blame Q Butter for going on Star Show and basically expose him? Is he going to blame himself for half the shit that he's involved with? If you ask me, Sarnetta should blame himself for the majority of the shit that he's involved with.
We just have to be very smart on how we. When I first did the interview with Sarnetta, an ATF agent called me the next day.
Wow.
I'm going.
Can you say that again? Can you say?
Why are things like this happening, Sarnetta? Why are people coming out giving firsthand accounts of dealing with you and then being approached by the FBI? That leads us to ask the question, is Sarnetta being watched? No, I'm not asking anyone to watch Sarnetta, let's be clear. I'm not asking any agencies or task force. I'm not Michael Edwards. I'm not going to come out and act like I'm a FBI stan and like I've got butt friends at the FBI and I'm a mover and shaker and they can get stuff done for me and, you know, that type of phony, fraudulent ass, fake ass snitch stuff. You know, it's probably why he's wearing those shades other than the obesity issue. I want you guys to forgive Michael Edwards for those shades that he wears during the streams. He suffers from obesity, stage 4. So he's a little shy about it. I had brought it out to the public, and now he's been wearing shades ever since. I hope he gets enough nerve and bravado to actually take the shades off to show me up and prove me wrong, so I can have something else to crack the fuck up about. I digress. Anyways, why are things like this happening to you?
Sarnetta, an ATF agent called me the next day.
Wow.
I'm going.
Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
When I first did my interview with Sarnetta, an ATF agent called me the next day trying to book a session for his daughter. I was scared shitless. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pro-black. I got my babies with me, other people's babies, clients. Like, this is a situation here. So
I'm wondering, should I even stop making videos about you, Sarnetta, now at this point? It seems as though you've got bigger problems than me banging on you. Okay, I'm going to say it like this. If someone is going and actually meeting up with Sarnetta and doing shows with him and shit like that, and the next thing you know, the FBI or ATF and task force agencies are contacting you, wanting to, you know, basically touch bases with you and shit like that. Hey, this is starting to be reminiscent of that polite stuff when, you know, this stuff was happening to polite.
I'm like, yo, bro, why are you calling me? He's like, yo, I just saw you online. I want to come over and see what you got going on. Please don't call me again. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? So this is the reality we have. Like, we have people in the mix of us who are not good. Yes, agent called me the next day.
Wow.
He's very smart on how we. When I first did the interview with Sekhmet-Is, an ATF agent called me the next day.
Wow.
I'm going.
Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
When I first did my interview with Sekhmet-Is, an ATF agent called me the next day trying to book a session to his daughter. I was scared shitless. I'm not gonna lie.
These things should not be happening, especially from a person who just had an FBI agent, supposedly, allegedly, on his show, uncovering supposed agents, snitches, whatever Sekhmet-Is deems to call them, depending on what's going on with them. This is crazy. This is what we're dealing with. Why are these things happening? Why are you always attached to this shit? One more time.
Smart on how we. When I first did the interview with Sekhmet-Is, an ATF agent called me the next day.
Wow.
I'm going.
Can you say that again?
On how we. When I first did the interview with Sekhmet-Is, an ATF agent called me the next day.
Wow.
I'm going.
Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
When I first did my interview with Sekhmet-Is, an ATF agent called me the next day trying to book a session to his daughter. I was scared shitless. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pro-black. I got my babies with me, other people's babies, clients. Like, this is a situation here. So I'm like, yo, bro, why are you calling me? He's like, yo, I just saw you online. I want to come over there and see what you got going on. Please don't call me again.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You know what I mean? So this is the reality we have. Like, we have people in the mix of us who are not good. You know, Sekhmet-Is built a platform that's huge. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like everybody else. Same thing.
He built a platform that was huge, but the way it's being operated, something's going on here. Like, guys, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel right. It feels as though the walls are closed, are caving in on the HOK. Now, again, I told you people, I told everyone, when they kept asking, when will it actually fall? I kept saying it's going to be a gradual thing. This platform was too big to just keel over at one time. Sekhmet-Is still had cards to play. Now, with the latest recent fallout between him and Sekhmet and his long, loyal long time, I don't even know what to call her, that Cougar Con. He's fallen out with the Cougar Con and Sekhmet. And allegedly, this is alleged. Again, this is fair use. I'm just asking questions here, people. That's all we're doing. And I heard, so no one hold me to this, especially the people who will be named. I heard that Sekhmet-Is, that you played some sort of audio that involved Sekhmet and, let's just say, some sort of sexual situation that she may have been in or was engaged in, and you threatened to play that audio. Sekhmet-Is, is this true? We're just asking, is this true? Because I was bringing down the house of consciousness, man. I'm pretty much the last man standing. We got Ank's Crack Pipe who's still in the fight. We got Sonetta Filthy Frank, who's still in the fight. So I'm not doing it completely alone. But we're the last of the Mohicans over here. If we fail, the mission fails. We thought we had Root on our side. Root turned into Root Sotomayor. We can't go to our Moors brothers and like Sabir Bey, because he's a fraud too. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and throw him in there. He's a fucking fraud. He looks like an opportunist. There's no one we can turn to. Sonetta's platform is slowly going down. He's telling people that he's got a check for the payments that he's making on the Apollo when the Apollo doesn't take payments. You have to pay for your whatever it is you're trying to have there. You have to give these people the money up front. There is no payments. So what did you show us? What was that check? Was it real? If it was real, what the fuck was it? Because it damn sure wasn't a goddamn check to the Apollo for a payment, because the Apollo doesn't take payments. So let's just end that right there, Sonetta. The Apollo doesn't take payments. So, and if you're so braggadocious like you generally are, then call the Apollo on live and show us. And then not to mention, how the fuck, if you were in some sort of business deal with them, you can't be blabbering that shit all around the checks and shit like that on a YouTube platform. And that, maybe you can. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say maybe you can. I'm not going to do it, but I'm just saying it just sounds highly irregular for some sort of business situation to be going on, and this is what you're doing. It sounds highly irregular. That's all. That's all. So right now, Sonetta, we want to know what the fuck is going on with you, man. That we bang on you a lot now. Sonetta, you come through the chats all the time. I know your ass is up and you watching. So you might as well come on through. I don't want you to call my call-in line because you be weird, and I don't want to go that far with you as far as communicating. But you can come in the chat and we could talk and I'd answer. You know, I have no problem doing that. That goes for anyone who has an issue with me and the things that I say. I'll openly talk with you. As long as you don't, be, calling people motherfuckers and all that shit. Like when you go there, it's just, I'm just going to drag you and block you. And then I can, drag you without you even being able to defend yourself. So it's not going to end well. But that's what we want to know, Sonetta. What's going on with you? Is the house of consciousness finally teetering over? I told everyone this was going to be a slow jam. It was too big to just fall at once. This will be a slow jam. But we have to remember when I said it. It's been a while ago now. It's about time for this thing to start going ahead and, going over. He has no one to push. Garfield's page is gone. So his pet cat, that lovable cat, Garfield, is gone. Garfield was basically trash anyway. No one was fucking with him. Polite really can't come back. You see, every time you try to slowly insert him back into that shit just blows the fuck up, nigga. Like he's so on everybody's radar, nigga. There's people who probably fuck with Sonetta who hate Polite's guts. So he's just, there's no way, man. Polite stuff. He can't use polite. As much as he might want to, as much as he fights for it, he cannot use polite. Polite's day in the hot sun is over. As far as this shit goes, that shit's over. Yeah, it's over, people. It's sinking, sinking, sinking. It's not a good thing though when we have to start worrying about this part of it though. See, this is the part that gets ugly, guys. This is when it gets ugly. This is when you have to deal with the what's gonna happen with the law and what's gonna not happen. You know, and Sonetta, you know, this is not me bringing this on to you. You know what I'm saying? Like this is pretty much you, man. Like I don't just we've been wondering what was taking this part so long. Actually, you know, I did predict that this would be a slow jam, but I was kind of wondering like what the fuck's going on, man? Like this nigga's still up just running around collecting money and shit. Like you've had everybody bang on you. I believe that Michael Edwards really did call the FBI on you when he was mad at you because you weren't his friend. Like right now you got him, he'll bang on his own mother if you tell him to. I believe, in my opinion. You know, no one can hold me to that. It's just my opinion. But that's what I believe, that Michael Edwards would bang on his own mother if Sonetta told him to. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, you were given this opportunity a long time ago to actually destroy this whole narrative. You were given the opportunity to push all this away and become clean, man. You probably would have, some of the heat would have died down, but I don't know. I think that I really do. Now that we're talking about it, guys, like it's just something to think of, you know, think about right now while we're talking about it. It's like you got people out here like Michael Edwards who, when they were angry at Sonetta, they would say things. They would say things. When they were angry at Sonetta, they were bringing out them, like I said, the money amount, about how much he would have made or how much he made and how much he would have had to pay in taxes, and the fact that he doesn't think that Sonetta's paying taxes. And remember that video, guys? FBI, buddy. Yeah, the IRS is going to be after you soon, buddy. You don't think so, buddy? Frankie, buddy. Remember that shit? Like, I wonder if that's finally coming back. Maybe Michael Edwards is the agent right now that's doing all of this to you, Sonetta. Because this shit is not just happening out of nowhere, man. Now, I don't think that the brother Q Butter is an agent. From what I hear about him, he's tries to be as upright as possible. And that's worthy of a goddamn award, you know what I'm saying? And dealing with people who are around Sonetta and people like them, you know? So it's man, Sonetta, it's a lot going on with you. You can't avoid that tax, man. Yes. And it's crazy because the same people around him now are the same people who brought that shit to light. Like, I wasn't running around talking about whether this nigga was paying taxes or not, because me for one, I don't even think anybody should be paying that shit anyway, except the things that you want to fund, you know, because they say it's for services, but you know, you don't pay for services at the barrel of a gun, nigga. And taxes are compulsory. Just do it or else. So that's really not paying. But at the same time, we understand the game. Everybody knows what's going on. And, you know, I never came at Slander on that level, on that point. Hey, I want you to be looked at by the FBI and looked at by the IRS. But right now, I think that is what is happening to him. I didn't even put the IRS in this video, but that's basically what this video is about. Yo, Slander, I really think you're being watched down there. You better, whatever the fuck you're doing, I hope you put some bread away to try to cover your ass, nigga. Because it seems now, if this brother, if Q Butter is not completely full of fucking shit and just sat around for no other reason than it was a fucking Saturday and decided to make this shit up, then
we just have to be very smart on how we. When I first did the interview with Slander, an ATF agent called me the next day.
Wow. Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
When I first did my interview with Slander, an ATF agent called me the next day trying to book a session for his daughter. I was scared shitless. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pro-black. I got my babies with me, other people's babies, clients. Like, this is a situation here. So I'm like, yo, bro, why are you calling me? He's like, yo, I just saw you online. I want to come over there and see what you got going on. Please don't call me again.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You know what I mean? So this is the reality we have. Like, we have people in the mix of us who are not good. When I first did the interview with Slander, an ATF agent called me the next day.
Wow. Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
When I first did my interview with Slander, an ATF agent called me the next day
That's crazy. So, Slander, if any of this shit is remotely true, you have more than some explaining to do, and I don't mean to us. It would be a good thing for you to come out amongst the people and spread some good faith for once and say, hey, look, I've been a real Slander, and I've been doing Slander stuff, and y'all come to know what that stuff is, though, excuse me, and let me go deal with this. And we'll let that happen. And we'll let that be. But again, I think he has bigger problems. He has much bigger problems now. It's turned into a whole fucking event where every time you're doing something, people around you are complaining about what's going on around you. Every time there's some sort of beef or there's some sort of fucking situation, you're involved in that shit. That's crazy. Derek Jones Talks Live. This is your live stream. Tonight we're talking Slander and the Apollo does not take payments. We're wondering why you put that audio out on Sekhmet, which we're really about to go into right now. And is Slander being watched? A lot of us are under the impression that he is being watched. I think it's a funny situation, this whole Sekhmet thing, because this goes into my prediction of the fall of the House of Consciousness. What did I say? The minions will start going at each other. There'll be a minion war. Okay? Now, to some of the people I'm going to name, no, I'm not necessarily calling you a minion. I'm just saying an affiliate of Slander who is not a platform that rivals his. Mostly meaning you gain a lot of your notoriety from being attached to his page. So when the Minion War started, that's when I knew that this is really about to happen. And it's not going to be pretty. There's going to be casualties, so to speak, people. This shit isn't going to end just with, oh, it's over. No, it's not going to end like that. But the Minion War is what started it. And that's what you guys are going through right now. And a lot of people aren't even realizing this shit. You're not even realizing right now we are smack dab in the middle of the Minion War. This is the Minion War that I predicted would come. This is the war where these people will finally, and I mean finally, they'll speak their minds. As you see now, before at one point, Lex Vortex might have let certain things slide in dealing with Sonetta. Now he just speaks his mind about them. They even try to force him to apologize. They even try to force him to apologize to Sekhmet. This was recent shit. This was recent shit. You try to get this man to apologize to Sekhmet, then you turn right the fuck around and put out audio, allegedly, of Sekhmet engaging in oral sex. Allegedly.
At the same time, provide them with a form of hope.
Right.
And he gets it, and he people in the mix of us who are not good. You know, Sonetta is built a platform that's huge. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like everybody else. Bang bang. Sonetta, he need to clean his whatever his situation up and do what he got to do and watch who we got around him and find other ways to maybe generate revenue from the people he has to get.
Right, right. And if I can also, if I can also just say this, you know, because I don't want this to be perceived as, you know, an attack on Sonetta, but, you know, I did call him again with regards to my suspicions about this particular credit score scamming. And again, you know, by way of my understanding, you know, those who claim to be conscious hold themselves to a higher standard. And myself being a man of a certain age, I wanted to at least address the source first, as opposed to just, you know, running off and doing a bunch of videos, because I'm not looking for views. I wasn't, you know, or I didn't call son trying to, you know, squeeze him so he could do something, you know, on my behalf. I was really, really genuinely concerned. One of the person, come on.
Go ahead, my bad.
Now, one of the person I wanted to ask you about. I interviewed Brother Polite one time.
Before you switch tones, I'm going to state though that because of the relationship Garfield has with Sonetta, I'm not able to promote the services on the platform. So if you really want to fuck with all of these scamming ass dudes, we can set up another show and I'll show everything on credit repair. I got all the letters. Somebody just donated, Renaissance Group in North Carolina just donated a software to me to do credit repair for free and help develop business credit. Let's just clean it up. Like,
wow, Garfield. You don't want to talk about what you do. Oh, brother, I was at a powerful seminar. Fuck you talking about, man? Fucking clown.
You can spend time talking about him, but you have a great platform. I can do a whole presentation, and everybody on your platform will be able to thank you for saying, like, look, I did this show, and I actually got something from the conscious community that developed my health, my house, my home, and my family.
Well, I appreciate you being available on such short notice. If I can just ask you one more question. You know, I interviewed Brother Polite one time, and we've never met, but his name keeps popping up with regards to alleged credit scams and things of that nature. Someone even put the rapper Granddaddy IU's name in the mix. And then I just saw a video with a Brother Polite saying that he's retiring. Are you an associate of Brother Polite, or can you give us any insight on what he's retiring from?
I don't know what he's retiring from, but I know he no good in the hood. He no good in Browns, so he pops up when he can. And look, stay away from these dudes selling you anything that's scrupulous. Anybody trying to tell you to come up with an alternative identity, weird stuff. There's a lot of tricks, bro. There is a lot of tricks and loopholes in this system. I'm not gonna lie, but you have to be smart and do the research. All of the tricks and research that most people will sell you, everybody will sell you with credit. You can research on your own. People were getting caught with the with Polite and the fictitious self and setting up corporations and borrowing money against the corporations and turning off their socials. And I forgot the other thing he was selling people, because I spoke to somebody else that and they got charmed out of their money by Polite. He's a very good speaker.
There we go again, Polite. Another witness with personal firsthand knowledge to attest to the fact that you are indeed a scam artist.
He has a long history, and so people will take that, and a lot of people think that he's this super tough guy.
Okay.
I'm like, look, he's not this super tough guy. I don't know nobody that co-signs him where I'm at. All of that shit he's selling, don't buy it. Don't buy it. There's no shortcuts to success. There's none.
Right.
So stop listening to these people trying to sell you some kind of get-rich scheme. There is no get-rich scheme. There is no shortcut to success.
Right.
If you don't know how to do nothing, you probably shouldn't be opening a business.
There you go.
Figure out how to do something first, then you'll be good at doing business. Yeah. Like, you're an excellent host. You've been a great host for how many years?
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
I mean, so you don't have an issue doing shows. You know, be good at something and you get.
Okay. Damn, Polite. So what does this mean, people? The HOK isn't pushing anything right now. The HOK isn't pushing anybody right now. As of right now, there's nothing going on as far as teaching. He was trying to lean on Garfield. Garfield's done before he even got started. He was trying to lean on the sisters. He wanted to keep the sisters, so he kept Sci-Fi, the Cougar Khan, close to him. And he kept Empress Sekhmet close to him as well. But being who he is and being that it's time for that platform to go, what happens? It all falls down. Slander can't keep those people together. The moment they try to branch out on their own and do something of their own with no ill intent towards him whatsoever, he's going to take it as ill intent towards him, and that'll be that. This is what we're dealing with now. But tonight on Derrick Jones Talks Live, we're talking about how serious this has really gotten. This has gone beyond my shames. This is now, people, you have to realize this has gone beyond a shame bell or a rawhide or anything like that. This is now at the point where people who are coming on your platform are being contacted by the FBI. Sarnetta, you just approached me a week ago about twice about coming on your platform and doing a show with you. I wonder if I would have been approached by the FBI or ATF. Glad I did it. I wonder what happened to the Wi-Fi page out there. Does it have anything to do with him reaching out to you? There's a whole big conspiracy going on, people. And who better to run a conspiracy hour than me in the fraud department over here that Derek Jones talks about? But I wouldn't call all these things conspiracies. I'll call it just basically common sense and logic, reason, being rational. These people are watching our videos, and you know they're watching our videos. And you're out here still shopping with gators, buying gators and shit and flashing money on camera. And you're old and doing it, so you should know better. That's what you're doing. You're buying Benzes on a live stream, going shopping and recording it and shit. And you don't work anywhere. You're not a minister. I wonder if Slander has the 501c3 shit. And goes around and tells the government he's a minister. And that's why he collects the money. But that could be easily identified as not being true. Because Slander can barely read, let alone be reading the Bible to somebody. So something's going on with something's going on, people. I'm gonna get ready to go to the chat now and give you guys your day in the hot sun. What do you think is happening? What do you think is going on? Yeah, he wanted me to come on. I don't buy bull. Like I said to these people, I deal with them from afar, man. Like, I'll talk at you and shit. That's why when I tried to play some of the audio earlier today of Michael Edwards when he was talking shit. I can't even listen to that shit because it's just so corny and stupid. Like, so it's like, I don't even, these guys make like he was making those videos and I didn't even know he was doing that shit until somebody told me he was. So when they sent it to me and showed it, I was like, okay. I still didn't even watch it. I just looked at the thumbnail, like, oh, he has my face and a couple other people. So I was like, okay, this nigga's a fucking idiot anyway, so who really cares? But at the same time, man, I don't understand, man. Like, I can't watch that shit, man. He's just stupid, man. So, but I tell these guys, I don't understand why you don't get what I'm saying. I talk at you. This is my platform. This is what I use to voice my opinion. Somebody who overstands daily TV, you're hating. That's what's going on. Well, first off, you have to be specific about what I'm hating on, man. I don't think I'm hating. Or are you acting like Slander? Am I missing a joke here? Saw shoes though? Nah, if you think I'm hating because I'm talking about his shoes, that means I don't want to sound like a fucking arrogant fuck, but that means you're not understanding nuances of conversations. Like, I'm not talking about the nigga's shoes like I'm talking about the nigga's shoes. I'm talking about the shoes saying, nigga, you were on YouTube live making videos showing I'm spending wads of cash on these shoes. As far as it goes with people watching you saying that, how's this man who doesn't have a job doing all this shit? The fuck? What don't you get about that? The fuck? Not talking about the nigga's shoes. What you talking about, G? So that's what I mean. Like, understand where we're coming from, man. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their little opinions about shit, but there's no opinion about it. There's only fact. The people around Sarnetta informed us. Like I said, I learned about what went on with the coming on trial debate, how much money he made, all of that shit. I found out all of that shit from Michael Edwards. So his wife works. Congratulations to her. My lady works too. Like, what is that supposed to mean? He should be working too. Fuck, talking about just her working. But if he could get it off YouTube, get it off YouTube. I just keep saying, why you gotta be a scam ass nigga about it? Why everybody around you is attached to bullshit? Why did you just hear people talking about Polite? Polite was his right hand man, scam artist. Garfield was his right hand man, fucking scam artist. Red Pill and Blue Pill was the pillars and his right hand man, selling people templates, never getting shirts and shit. Okay, congratulations. That's the goal for everybody. He's in promotion. Okay. Congratulations to Sarnetta for being in promotion according to Overstand Daily TV. So, again, that's not according to Sarnetta. Sarnetta told us he was an activist. Now, Overstand Daily TV says that Sarnetta is a fucking, what did you just call him? He's in promotion. Isn't that what you just said? He's in promotion. So if he's in promotion, according to you, according to Sarnetta, Sarnetta said he's an activist. Now, Overstand, maybe you need to go talk to Sarnetta and then come back and let us know what he's actually doing. Oh, gosh. You guys are crazy, man. You know, it's so easy when you actually listen to what people say. Like, that's the problem. Y'all don't listen to what people say. That's why you go off and you just go off emotionally about certain shit. And then you be looking fucking stupid later. Like, dog, if you listen to what I said, you could clearly say I'm not hating on him. If I was hating on him, I would wish hateful things on him. Why am I not wishing hateful things on him? Why do you care if I care? That's the new question. Okay? I'll answer your question because you asked, and I said I'm going to the chat. But why do you care that we care? That's a question to you. But answering the questions, why do I care really? I let you guys know once again, I'll say it as many times as I have to. It's called representation. He is representing us, whether I like it or whether you like it, whether she likes it or whether he likes it, whether that brother likes it or not. We are all representing each other. Now, we are not obligated by any stretch of the imagination, really, to do anything. It's just our own sense of morale, our own sense of being who we are as people. There's like a sense of morale that you must follow. So it's like, hold on, let me finish answering the question. So it's like the reason we do it is because we want to have good representation. We would like to have a nigga meeting where we could get some shit done, but we can't have a nigga meeting because guess what? A nigga like Polite would have been invited to the meeting. Now we find out that Polite's full of shit and a scam artist. See what I'm saying? Same thing goes for Sarnetta. So that's kind of why we really care. Slander. Yeah, certain people do shadow assassin like being lied to. Slander, if I was him, I would sue your ass. Now you sound like Sarnetta with that, yo. But okay, I'll talk to you as if you're not Sarnetta. Slander. Slander is bringing up things and making things up about somebody. And this is one thing that I love talking about when we get to this. I don't ever slander anybody because I don't talk about shit except shit that you do. Like if I say that, yo, son, you're always attached to a fucking scam artist. Everybody that's been scamming people down to Kev Gills, who's been flip-flopping, lying, telling people he was going to send them stuff, never sent it, all that shit, you're attached to him. Like everybody that's been caught doing shit there, you've been attached to them, or they've come through your platform to gain notoriety, and you were pushing them and vouching for them. That's not slander, nigga. That's just observation. That's the key, man. Like, it's different if I'm sitting here making up shit like, okay, you know what? Sonetta is a gangster who really has 20,000 men on the street, and he's doing like that's slander, nigga. I'm making stuff up about you, shit you're not really doing, and trying to sell that shit to people as if that's something you're doing. You got to understand where people are coming from, man, when we say things, man. You can't take it. You have to understand, why would I hate this dude? And if I hate him, again, why am I not saying hateful things about him? Why am I only pointing out things that he's constantly doing and attached to? Like telling people he got a check and made a payment to the Apollo when we checked at the Apollo, and what the fuck? Hold on, I'll answer in a second. When we checked at the Apollo and the Apollo doesn't take payment. Now that's two conflicting stories. Exclusive interviews only. Ask why you say red and blue pill is scammers, red and blue pill are not scammers. They are great role models for black men. Okay. Well, I guess you are under the opinion that that is so. And I will leave you with that opinion. I'm not going to say that you can't have it, but I am not of that opinion. Again, straight from their camp, which is Sonetta's camp, another person from their camp revealed information about red pill and blue pill that people didn't know at the time. And that information was that red pill and blue pill were selling people t-shirts, but never even had a shirt deal. Basically collecting money from people, and never at one time had a fucking warehouse. They never had a printing press where they were actually producing any of this shit, having it readily available to give people. And I haven't seen red pill and blue pill come out yet and refute that at all. Okay, you're just trying to make a name for yourself by the use of Sonetta's name. You sound just like Sonetta. That's everything Sonetta says. You're either Sonetta or you're the nephew that he keeps talking about. It's Overstand Daily TV, Sonetta's nephew. Because you sound exactly like Sonetta, like the verbiage. I keep saying the way you put it together. Either you watch that nigga a lot, or you're around him a lot, or you are him. So I'll answer the question. You're just trying to make a name for yourself. Nah, I mean, I already have a name for myself. I am who I am up here. This is what I do. I have fun. I'm transitioning the page to other shit, and I'm having fun doing it. By the use of Sonetta's name. No, Sonetta just keeps being involved in shit. Like, when I was doing the video on Jaden Bullets, who was involved? Sonetta. At the end of all of it. Conflict with Kev Gills. At the end of all of it, when Kev Gills befriends a certain person, what happens after that? A bunch of conflict. Flip-floppy recordings, shit like that. The shit that went on with young Pharaoh, conflict. Even to this day, Sonetta says that he paid them something that they vehemently denied being offered, let alone this was a guarantee set in stone deal. It's just like it's a lot of shit, and if you don't understand it, don't, man. Okay. Yeah, you're definitely Sonetta or his nephew. Oh, man. Yeah, Polite is opening the airline. That'd be wonderful. If Polite opened the airline, man, you think somebody actually got on that plane, that'd be like, really? That's crazy. Nice. Yeah, well, basically right now, man, Sarnetta is fucking being watched, I think. I just really think that. I think like the whole shit that went on with Polite, I see it's like, why won't that happen to him? Why won't it happen to you? You're gonna be going to a Western Union near you in Harlem somewhere. You just got finished prank calling, or not prank calling, but fake calling in a fake ass threat all over the YouTube airways. But I'm trying to make a name for myself. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy. So it's like you run around constantly in shit, brother. We have to say something about it, man. Okay, if Red Pill, Blue Pill did that, I happily changed my stance on them. Because if you notice from the beginning, I never wanted to say shit about them. But I'm like, nigga, how the fuck is y'all still politicking with Sarnetta every day? Every day. Like every day y'all with Sarnetta every day. Chilling, and you know this nigga's attached to shit. If he being watched, it proves he's not the feds. What are you talking about, man? Who's calling him the feds? That's why I said, man, you guys are retarded. Well, you are retarded. No one's calling him the feds saying he's being watched. What I'm saying, weirdo, is the shit that he's doing is drawing attention. The audio that I played from Q Butter saying what he said is, if I fucked with somebody who's hot and I didn't know this nigga was hot like that, now I know he hot like that. Get it? Understand? Stop being so quick to just run your mouth. I hope you are, Sarnetta, because we need to talk some sense into you. Why do you keep thinking someone's hating on you? You're hating on yourself. The only time people talk about hate and hateful things is when you bring up hate. It doesn't matter what a lot of people call him. I ain't calling him no fed. I'm saying, nigga, when you go flashing money all over TV and shit and bullshit like that, nigga, yo, and you're on YouTube TV, you're gonna have the feds watching you. If you're gonna fucking hold big ass rallies and shit and streams and you telling people how much the stream costs and how many people you had in the stream, okay, people can count. So you're probably being watched. If you have people who have no reason to make up stories about you, because the little bit I know about Q Butter, he doesn't seem like a sensationalist to me. So it doesn't seem like he just sat back and conjured up this fucking story just to have something to talk about so his YouTube page would be popping. And he didn't even push it off his own YouTube page. He went to somebody else's page. And he comes out and says, yo, soon as I made contact with this dude, right after I made contact with this dude, I was contacted by these people, which is why I say, that means, nigga, that means them people are watching. Somebody's around you, G. What do you mean, so what? Let them deal with that. I run a YouTube page where I give commentary. What the fuck? What do you not understand about that? You're missing out on a lot of points. You're probably a LeBron James fan, aren't you? You guys got like a syndrome with that shit. Like, it's okay to like people on YouTube, man, but when you start going to chats, caping for them like that, man, that's an issue. Especially if the person is on there. Like, if that person was like a decent fucking individual, then that would be no problem. But we talk about this nigga, all this shit attached to him that he's not fucking answer. Now you got more shit attached to you where people who are making contact with you are being contacted by ATF forces and shit and FBI. All the same people that run with you are the same people who openly said that they were going to let the FBI know that you fucking were making all this money and you don't have an accountant, so you can't be paying taxes. Michael Edwards. So let's just say the feds heard that. You're going to blame me for that? And is that me hating on Sarnetta because Michael Edwards was running his mouth, making whole fucking YouTube streams, Israel Doctrine, making whole YouTube streams, talking about how much money that these people made off this event, and talking about the fact that these people were making the money off this event and not paying taxes and don't have accountants. I didn't make those fucking videos. Like I said, when you hear that shit on my channel, on my platform, that's me playing the audio of shit that I hear y'all saying. And you should be, you should like that, you know what I'm saying? Because you bang with them niggas. Do I think that Red and Blue Pill are part of Boule and Masons are part of Illuminati? First off, nigga, I think they're a part of an Illuminati. I don't know what Illuminati you're talking about. I would hope that some of us would think that we're a part of an Illuminati, because Illuminati just means illuminated people, enlightened people. So when you start going into that Mason shit, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I want to know who's a scammer and who's not. I don't give a fuck about no he took his oath or fuck out of here with that shit. I don't want to hear none of that shit. That's why I don't do videos on it, because it's stupid. That's like saying, okay, all the people who are not Masons are evil. How the fuck do you prove that? So that means everybody who commits crimes are never been a Mason? Like, what the fuck does that mean? How could you say that? And you say this shit vice versa. Like, I don't know. What I do know is Red Pill and Blue Pill, who at the time had no problem with not saying shit about Sarnetta, not saying shit about Polite, and all the fucking people that they know that these people were working and fucking over, not saying shit about these debates and them fucking couch debates and shit being basically promotion, as Overstand Daily TV, one of Sarnetta's fans, says. You know what I'm saying? That's all. So we're going to take a 30-second break, standard here. Derek Jones Talks Live.
We just have to be very smart on how we. When I first did the interview with Sarnetta, an ATF agent called me the next day.
Wow.
I'm going.
Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
When I first did my interview with Sarnetta, an ATF agent called me the next day trying to book a session for his daughter. I was scared shitless. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pro-black. I got my babies with me, other people's babies, clients. Like, this is a situation here. So in the I'm like, yo, bro, why are you calling me? He's like, yo, I just saw you online. I want to come over there and see what you got going on. Please don't call me again. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? So this is the reality we have. Like, we have people in the mix of us who are not good. You know, Sarnetta built a platform that's huge. You know what I mean? Like,
So this is fair use audio. This is just audio that's out on the public airways that I'm using. And anyone who has a problem with what was said, you have a problem with Q Butter being contacted. So you need to call Q Butter and say, hey, what are you doing being contacted after you're dealing with Slander? And blame him for people who are dealing with Slander and now being contacted by the task force. It's an S, etc. Who is Emmy? Yes, Mr. Shades. Michael Edwards. Michael Fedwards. And I'm just reading the chat. This is fair use, open chat info. We're going to fair use it all the way through this shit. We're going to fair use it all the way through this shit. I heard Israel Doctrine was live. What the fuck is Israel Doctrine talking about? Weird ass. I just got a question. You always got a question. But I got a question for Michael Edwards. Michael Edwards, why are your fucking bang videos so corny? I thought you were more vicious than that. That's what you said. It's not even entertaining going at you. That's why I just do. You're basically Israel Doctrine to me. You know what I'm saying? You're on that level. And you provide good information, but you don't really intend to. So, again, the evidence and the audio that you brought out against Sarnetta, man, it was priceless, in which you were calling him Frankie and Buddy and letting us know that you indeed were planning on giving and sending this information to the FBI. And I believe that you did. I believe that Michael Edwards sent, when he was still not a part of the HOK, before his initiation to the House of Consciousness and being accepted by Sarnetta, Grand Wizard. I think that Michael Edwards contacted the FBI probably, and that's probably what got the ball rolling with the IRS. And maybe because if it was a task force, it could have been, because the IRS has their own little task force as well. So you never know what's going on with that. You never know what's going on with that. And it's a shame, man. Like I said, Sarnetta, you were just on the other night, doing videos and shit, talking about endangerment of women, your daughters, and exploiting your daughter, and people using your daughter on YouTube. And then just today, or earlier today, or something like that, you were throwing up audio of Sekhmet and basically exploiting the shit out of her. Luckily for yourself, you took it down, because I would have recorded it. That would have been my new intro. This is crazy. The Minion war has started, people. All Sarnetta's lower channels that he controlled, they're now apart. They're broken up. They're crowning kings in the north, and they're crowning kings in the south. There's kings and queens everywhere. There's kings beyond the wall. It's all broken up now. Sarnetta has to defend himself from, what did I just tell y'all about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago? He's going to have to start defending himself from everywhere. From everywhere. He's going to have to start defending himself from this person, that person, this person, that person. That's why he said the shit, got mad and put the audio out about Sekhmet, because he has to bang hard. He has to It's coming from everywhere. Javen Bullets is hitting them now. Lex Vortex is just smacking them around now. It's just everyone's coming at him. Now he's waiting for Michael Edwards to turn. Because he knows it can happen. This is crazy, man. And all the while, instead of coming at Sinetta and explaining to him, hey, you should do something different, man. You should try to do something different. His loyalists come over here and blame me. They tell me I'm hating on him. Why do you talk about Sinetta? You don't get tired of doing this? First off, no, I don't even. The fuck? I'm not doing anything. I make a couple streams and we talk about a lot of shit. He's just always involved. You know what? Exclusive interviews only. I am tired of talking about Slander. Now that you mentioned it. No, I'm not a Minion channel. This is an independent channel. Minion has to be attached to Slander. Yeah, you're a Minion. You're a Minion channel. You're a perfect example of a Minion channel. You don't want to play YouTube over here. You're gonna lose. I promise you. It's like the Hulk over here, baby. I try to avoid all fights because I know I'll win. Oh, man. Sinetta the Apollo does not take payments. Why are you telling people that they take payments? Hey, Overstand, if you don't have anything constructive to ask, then I'm going to block you. No fuckery. You got to stay constructive with your shit. It has to be clear. There has to be like some real shit. If you start getting weird, you got to go. And don't get weird. I'd like you to stay through the whole process. Well, I guess you got to go. This is what we need, people, when we say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's new people coming into this shit every day. You can't reach as many people as you think you can. The minions are out attacking each other. This guy right here is trying to become a minion. Overstand Daily TV would like to become a minion. There you go. I just said your name on a live stream a couple times. There you go. Should get some subs. Now you can start making videos. You can take my videos and make videos off of them. I hope you do a better job than Michael Edwards, because he's terrible at it. He's terrible at keeping his mouth shut too, because he just exposes a lot of shit. This nigga had a plan with Sinetta with an FBI agent to expose him as being an agent. The only person they talked about being an agent was you, but that was your plan. To expose the person who was talking about you. This is why Sinetta is nervous, because Michael Edwards, you're going to realize that you got played. You're going to realize that shit. And he's going to leave. And he's going to tell everything he knows about you, Frankie, buddy. Everything I know, buddy. Going to contact the FBI, buddy. You don't let me in on that award show and debate Israel doctrine. That's who he wants to debate. People like Israel doctrine. Israel doctrine is openly illiterate, nigga. This nigga, why would you want to? What the fuck are you gonna get out of debating this nigga about anything? Everybody knows Israel doctrine is an opportunist who just talks. He'll make up and conjure up beefs. Here, Derek Jones Talks Live, Shame TV 2, Shame TV East Watch, the flagship page. It's the same thing, man. We got our eyes on the biggest scammers. We don't deal with minions too well because they're not really worth our time. It's the big fish that we're after because the big fish are the ones who are controlling the waters. Do you know at one point, yo, and well, I ain't even gonna say at one point, do you know that Slander at this point still feels that he can control all black people that come through? That's why he tries to fuck with you and get you on his team so he can rank you. Okay, now I'm gonna put you over here with this person. I'm gonna put you with these people, and you're gonna be on this level. You're gonna be on Garfield level, where I fuck with you like 3 times a month, or you're gonna be on Michael Edwards level, where I fuck with you maybe once every 5 months or so. I'll say your name and shit, or come to your fucking itty bitty little chat that be having like fucking 6 people in that motherfucker, and 4 of them be trolls, hating them, talking shit to him. But he got 6 people running his page. These people are characters. And at the head of all of it is Sinetta. Sinetta, I do think you're being watched, man. I think this is some dangerous time for you, man. You might want to just call that shit off. If I was you, I would call that shit off, Sinetta. Because you looking bad right now. Niggas is getting contacted by task force and shit after fucking with you. So my call-in number will be closed off to you. I will create another one, people, because I don't want any task force calling my fucking phone. Sorry, man. Yes, I used to let Sinetta text my call-in line. I even made videos about it and showing him screenshots and showing what he was saying. So he can't lie and make up some shit like me and him have a secret friendship or something. No, it's me talking shit the same way I'm talking now. The same way I talk in the videos is the same way I talk to him when he tries to contact me. I don't know. Everybody gets audited. That's crazy because I'm an auditor by title. And so now you better hope they don't put me on the case. But nah, it's being serious for 2 seconds about this shit. Just being serious about everything that I put up here. First, being serious. So now that Apollo really does not take payments. You know, we called, man. Now maybe the person at the desk was lazy and gave us misinformation, but then my sources are well placed. As Lord Varys says, I have little birds everywhere, in the north and in the south. And sometimes they sing to me. And one of my little birdies sung to me today and the other day, not just today. And they sung a song about the Apollo and payments. And the song that they sung about Apollo and payments was that those 2 things will not go together. Ever. You must pay for whatever it is you're going to do. So Sinetta, that whole video was just a thespian's play. Somebody must have been in the back saying, in action. Because the Apollo says you can't make payments. Okay? I'm gonna stay serious. The audio about Sekhmet. I'm not allegedly Campbell, so I don't get all graphic and shit, and then we keep talking about whatever about the particular sex act. But Sarnetta allegedly put audio of Sekhmet out that he stumbled across of her engaged in some sort of sexual activity. Why he would do this? Because it was a Friday. Not only was it a Friday, when Frankie bangs, he bangs hard. And so, Sekhmet, you are a threat to him now. Because you were close, you are a threat. And this is what Sarnetta does when he's threatened by a woman. And lastly, guys, before we close out, we talked about is Sarnetta being watched. By using all the fair use information that I used, that open audio that I used, open conversations that I had and seen throughout different chats and groups, social media platforms, I conclude in using this discussion as a critique-based discussion. I'm concluding that, yes, Sarnetta is definitely being watched. If Brother Q Butter is who I'm using as a witness with personal first-hand knowledge to attest that things that are going on around this person that are not going on around just normal everyday people. Like if you approach a normal everyday person, like let's say I approach Q Butter or Q Butter approached me about doing something, he's not going to be contacted by some task force like, hey, you got in touch with Derek Jones. Like, what the hell? Derek Jones Talks Live. Tomorrow we will be having the Sunday Sundown stream around 2:30-ish. I know I do it a little early, guys, so forgive me. But it is what it is. Peace, Doran. I don't buy bull. Tosafeg, you just got in here. Yes, Sekhmet is done. Sekhmet and Sci-Fi, if I'm not mistaken, Tosafeg. It's not just Sekhmet. It's Sekhmet and Sci-Fi. Now, whether or not he put out or has audio on Sekhmet, Sci-Fi, I have no idea whether he has compromising audio on her. Knowing Sarnetta, he probably does. So that's neither here nor there, but we don't know that. But what we do know is earlier Sarnetta did put out some damaging audio about Sekhmet. I think they're all being hush-hushed on it right now. And so that's that, you know, and the audio apparently was about her, was her engaged in some sort of sexual act, allegedly. So I'm not saying anything definitely here, but that's what was given to me, and that's what I'm reporting on. Also,
like I'm not like everybody else, same thing. We just have to be very smart on how we. When I first did the interview with Sarnetta, an ATF agent called me the next day. Wow. I'm going. Can you say that again? Can you say that again? When I first did my interview with Sarnetta, an ATF agent called me the next day trying to book a session for his daughter. When I first did the interview with Sarnetta, an ATF agent called me the next day. Wow. I'm going. Can you say that again? Can you say that again? When I first did my interview with Sarnetta, an ATF agent called me the next day trying to book a session for his daughter.
So we also went over that. And we took a little Q&A and from the chat. We had a good time doing that. Yeah, you heard it, Toast Fake. You heard it. That was Q Butter. Overstand Daily TV has a problem with Q Butter. So Q Butter, if you hear this, Overstand Daily TV says basically that that's not true. So I believe you, though. I don't think you're making that shit up. I don't see what you would have to gain by making that up. So It's not like you have to try to bring down Sonetta's platform because that's already happening, as predicted here. Derek Jones Talks Live. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Please go to Shame TV 2 and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please go to Shame TV and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And also Triple C TV. Please go there and subscribe if you haven't already. Lastly, my main man, Dizzy Cochran, would love for you to go and subscribe. Yeah, this is getting scary, to the point where I already said I'm probably not even going to make videos about this nigga much longer because this he's on his way to politedom. He's on his way to walking outside wherever he sells those DVDs and oils and wherever the shit he sells outside in Harlem and getting approached, nigga. Like, that's what it sounds like is about to happen. So I hope it doesn't, because that'd be fucked up and embarrassing for someone like Starnetta to be talking about the shit he talks about, and then bam, here we go, attached to some fucking bullshit again. Not to mention bullshit that you're getting caught and exposed basically all over television for. So Sonetta pretended he showed $9,000. Sekhmet apparently doesn't like Lex Vortex. And apparently Sonetta let him on the show. Maybe that led to the conflict. We don't know. We'll go into it tomorrow. More in depth on your Sunday sundown stream. This has been Derek Jones Talks Live. You guys have a good night. Peace.